Could you have believed that Blizzard screwed something up?
What? Whoever could have guessed?
Well, in an attempt to salvage Overwatch lore, Blizzard has revealed the canon ages of some of the characters. How this would fix anything is beyond me.
In actuality, it made everything worse. Not only do many of the defined ages conflict with the already established lore, there is also contradicting photographic evidence, such as Mercy and Pharah being 5 years apart, despite this picture of adult Mercy playing with a young Pharah.
Yup. Anyway, welcome to NecroNews, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. If you like what we do, consider helping us grow by subscribing to the channel.
And if you're not new here and wondering why I'm in this outfit, it's because we're trying out new tracking software. So let us know if you guys like this better, if you notice a difference, or if you don't notice anything at all. Hey, thanks.
Anyway, we're going to jump right into it with, you know what we're jumping into.
We've got to have money.
Oh boy, let's tackle this beast. Now, we did cover a large portion of this and even got an insider's view of the situation from a game dev friend of ours. So watch the first part here so you can understand the full scope.
Anyway, September 13th rolled on in and a few revelations came to light. One, Steven Tortillo stated that Unity changed the TOS so that the runtime fee would only affect the initial install of a game, but that second device installs would count as a separate install.
And two, it came out that demos won't trigger the fee and developers don't pay for games on Game Pass. Microsoft, Apple, any subscription-based service would be charged in the case of such subscription. And then all these people kept screaming at Unity on Twitter until September 14th.
Unity had to close down some offices due to a death threat. This included the cancellation of a town hall meeting, though apparently the death threat was something an employee said to their boss on social media.
But then, just when everyone thought Unity couldn't be any stupider, they surprised us. They updated the Unity FAQ to state that the Unity runtime fee will be charged to distributors. What does that mean? Well, it's vague, but if I had to guess. Yeah, but there is a small, teeny caveat to this entire story that no one seems to be talking about. It turns out that Unity will waive the runtime fee if developers switch from their current ad monetization service to Unity's ad service. And to make matters worse, John Spaghettioli sold 2,000 shares of Unity stock on September 9th. That's 3 days before the announcement of the new TOS. And sure, while these kind of sales are set in advance, we don't know just how long this change has been planned. Mr. Ravioli sell me the Gargonzoli could very well have been doing some insider trading. But that's just a theory. A game.
Stop. Anyway.
Sup, a Monday update because we do be rushing on this story. So Unity posted a tweet saying the following. We have heard you. We apologize for the confusion and angst the runtime fee policy we announced on Tuesday caused. We are listening, talking to our team members, communities, customers, and partners, and we will be making changes to the policy. We will share an update in a couple of days. Thank you for your honest and critical feedback. Yeah, okay. Also, according to Bloomberg, Unity staff were informed of some of the possible changes, which include limiting fees to 4% of a game's revenue over $1 million, installations counted towards reaching the threshold no longer being retroactive, and installations no longer being counted by proprietary tools, instead relying on users to self-report. Because that's gonna happen. But you know what's not being worked on? You know what's not being reversed? Unity Plus being removed. That's not coming back and is probably the whole reason this all happened. Anyway, remember that before you forgive them. Back to the video.
So that's everything as of today. What do you guys think of the Unity situation? Are they worse than EA?
It's just EA.
But yes, let us know in the comments down below. Moving on to actually good news, the Nintendo Direct was on Thursday and brought with it some surprising treats, including the shocking announcement of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 being faithfully remastered for the Switch. So now I might actually play them.
And when we say faithfully remastered, we do mean faithfully.
Why did you say it like that?
Decops, full of justice.
No reason. Anyway, there was a Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake, Mario the Thousand Year Door remake, and a Princess Peach's Showtime game. All of which look fine, but I don't play Mario games.
Might actually finally play a Mario IP in the former Princess Peach. So, yeah. There's also more details on the Splatoon 3 DLC and a new Vanillaware game, which basically looks like Fire Emblem, which I do not like, but I guess I'll learn to love it. because it's vanillaware. There was also the welcome announcement of F-Zero 99, which according to some of you boomers is pretty good, but must feel bad to be an F-Zero fan.
Slight interjection here. If you really miss F-Zero, the dev of Spark the Electric Jester is making a spiritual successor which looks very promising. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is that Trace Memory is being re-released for Switch in full 3D and voice acted. That was really the only thing I cared about. Everything else was meh.
I'm personally curious about why Splatoon 3's DLC looks like Nier Automata, but also the new Prince of Persia game looks pretty cool too.
Oh, right. Also, that game got redeemed in my eyes because you don't play as the prince, you play as like a friend of the prince or something, and that's cool. Good job, Ubisoft.
Also, if you can't wait for it to come out, try playing Trine because it looks very similar to that, which we covered in last week's Buried Alive banger.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Sony also announced a state of play, seemingly in response to Nintendo, but it was meh. Like outside of a few release dates, Sony shows full of trailers for games we'd already seen in June, like Baby Steps or Ghostbusters VR or Helldivers 2.
In fact, there was so little announced that it seemed a little strange that Sony presented a state of play to begin with. That wasn't without any merit, as we did get a date for the open beta of Foam Stars, which looks kind of like a cleaner Splatoon. Get it? Ha. And
for those worried if Foam Stars will be PS5 only, it's not. It's going to be on the PS4 as well, because Sony loves shooting themselves in the foot.
Now that I've seen more gameplay, it doesn't look completely like Splatoon, but the character designs are on fucking point.
Penguin, best girl.
Penguin.
Barista Door is also probably Ellie's type.
I do love my silver foxes.
Anyway, other than that, we had RE4 remake news, RE4 VR news, same stuff that we already knew. And then a trailer for an Avatar game, because there's an Avatar game. What is this world?
Finally, they showed off information for the new Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 Rebirth, which Nomura has promised to end at the Forgotten Capital, which you know is where Aerith got unalived. The speculation is that it'll be Tifa that gets unalived this time.
Man, if the reception to FF7R2 is anything like FF16, will Squeenix blame that for losing them even more money?
They probably shouldn't make timed exclusives on a system that has sold less than 50 million consoles. Then maybe more people would probably buy the game. Crazy idea, I know.
Anyway, let us know what you think of the two directs in the comments below. What games you looking forward to the most? You know our picks. So because Unity, Nintendo, and Sony stole the spotlight for the news this week, it was really light on news. So instead of us digging in the dumpster for anything, I wanted to get everyone's opinion, Ellie's included, on my take for my latest obsession, Baldur's Gate 3. So if you were there on Twitch the other day, you would have watched me play Baldur's Gate 3 with the absolutely deranged take of me not liking any of the characters, or the plot, or the world. And many people find this weird, and strange, and stupid. So, I want to ask you all, does it seem strange to you to enjoy a game while not liking any of the narrative elements? Ellie.
I can understand liking the gameplay, because it's a game. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. But I can see why you can still like the game without liking the characters or the story.
Well, like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it because, of course, it reminds everyone of Dragon Age Origins, which Ellie really wanted to play back in the day. She never got to, but she really wanted to. So I think she'll like it. I hated Dragon Age Origins. It's probably why I don't like it. But anyway, I pass the question off to you guys. I want to know what you think. Am I weird? Or is everyone else weird?
You want to know who else has a very similar outlook to games that you do, Booster?
Who?
Honor from Trash Taste.
Okay, but I'm not going to skip every cutscene.
Okay, at least you're better than that. And finally, here are the games coming out this week. It's a pretty big week for games as Mortal Kombat 1, Lies of P, and Witchfire are coming out.
And yes, we'll be streaming Mortal Kombat this week, so watch out for that. This week's Buried Alive Banger, a segment where we cover a game our community doesn't think has had enough attention, is one that the community convinced me to buy, God of Weapons.
It's like Vampire Survivors, but a roguelite, 3D, and has inventory management, and also $5, so you know.
And here's our schedule for the week. Like we said, we'll be doing Mortal Kombat 1. and Ellie will hopefully beat Bloodborne.
I don't think I'll beat it this week.
I think you'll beat it this week. Anyway, if you like what we do here, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. It really helps the channel grow.
And as always, we appreciate all your support. And until next time,
Goodbye.